My name is Michael W. Ndiomu. I'm a writer, director, producer, and a published author. Well, I actually got into filmmaking quite by accident. When I left bank in 2015, I dabbled into consulting, and on one of those evenings, watching the news, I saw a story of yet another kidnapping in a school in Nigeria, northern Nigeria, and I had just put my daughter to bed. So I started writing a story, and like from a father's perspective, started writing this story, and I showed it to a few friends, and they were like, this would be great for a movie. And I was like, oh, really? So I started talking to people. Do you know anybody in Nollywood that I can talk to? So I spoke to a few people. Long story short, it didn't work out. And then I decided, hey, why don't I just go to film school? So in 2016, I went to New York Film Academy. And when I came back, that's 2017, I set up a film production company, Material Media. And then I set up a cinema company, Material Cinemas. We had our first outlet in Igondo in Lagos, and we did quite well. And COVID wiped us out. So that was that. But by then, I had done a few other things, web series, reality, kind of TV, and I had started really focusing on writing. In 2022, at AFRIF, the Africa International Film Festival, I met a friend, a director and a writer, Jay Franklin, and we got talking, and I decided, hey, let's make movies together. And so that's how we made The Origin, Madame Koi Koi, which is a two-part film, which is currently streaming on Netflix. After that, in 2024, incidentally, I actually bought the original script from a friend of mine. It was called Ravel at the time, the story of how one's life could unravel in a very short period, by a series of unfortunate events. And so I rewrote it, changed and then we ended up with this version of the story, which we then shot in 2024. Which is currently in cinemas.
Tell you with the utmost certainty that the body found on the outskirts of town is certainly not one of our students.
Social justice, equity, fairness. So Madame Koi Koi was a story of revenge. And then we saw how she went after people who, by and large, were guilty of one crime or another. People who had abused others, people who had molested others. In Headless, it's the story of a filmmaker who is trying to just break through the struggle of making films and making a name for himself, and in the process comes up against stacks and stacks of difficulties, problems that he doesn't even know where they are coming from. And then, so this is his journey of taking back his name.
Or you can go right, do what I say, and then come out to riches and luxury.
Also, because I wrote and directed, it was easy because I knew exactly what I wanted to see on the screen. I knew exactly what I wanted the actors to do. So if you direct a film you didn't write, or you're not involved in the the development of the story, I personally think that that's most likely going to be some kind of disconnect. But as a writer and director, I mean, this it was seamless. The bridge jump. Incidentally, the bridge jump wasn't the difficult thing to do. We worked with the Lagos State Safety Commission and the Lagos State Waterways Authority. So yes, it took the whole day because we had to train the actor on how to hit the water. He insisted on doing the stunt himself, as you may have heard by now. So the most difficult scene was actually the showdown scene at the end. Extras were a lot. There are a lot of extras that didn't even show in the final cut, because I was like, I want this thing as tight as possible. Not the bridge jump. The bridge jump is easy. I did the bridge jump myself, I did the jump myself. So it wasn't that big a deal.
Madam, please, don't send me back there. I beg you in the name of God. This time, they will kill me.
Oh, so I mean, it's fantastic. You see something you wrote on the page, you know, come alive on the screen, and then you see the audience go, ah, and they're like, yes, you know, yes, and then, you know, that's what makes it all worthwhile for me. So the reaction has been great.
You continue with this talk about the dead coming back to life, no one will believe you.
So the thing about creativity is I personally believe that with the right attitude, the right dedication, focus, and work, everybody can do almost anything they set their heart to do. So in conclusion, I believe that anybody with the right training, dedication, focus, and time can become excellent at anything they set their heart to do. So I am all for it. If you're an actor today and you want to direct, please just go learn how to do it. Study, read books, go out of your way and practice it and do it. The only way to become good at something is to do it. So go ahead, do it. The directors that influence my style that I really want to do that kind of stuff is Guy Ritchie and Quentin Tarantino. Nigerian directors, Kemi Adetiba, Jade Oshiberu, Toka Mabrabo, Moses Sneeze. Yeah, these are my guys. These are my people. Yeah. After Headless, so I have one horror film I'm working on. As you know by now, I like horror and thriller. So there's a horror film I'm working on. Cast of 6, you know, tight script. There's that. There's also there are 2 TV series I have written, and there's another one, The Mechanics of Yenegoa. It's the adaptation of a book written by a very good friend of mine, childhood friend. We've known him since we were 10 years old, and we were developing it into a 10-part series. So there's a lot of work coming, and there are also other collaborations. I'm talking to other people in the industry because you can't do any big thing by yourself. So the other people I'm talking to for us to collaborate and make just make good content. Young people who want to get into filmmaking, go and get training. Go and get training. So the training is for several reasons. Most people think of film school as, they want to teach me how to hold a camera. They want to teach me how to set a camera. No, that's just one aspect of it. I think the more important aspect of film school is the relationships you form there. You'll find that some of the people you will grow with in the industry are your peers that you started out together. So at film school, you may meet someone who then decides to specialize on cinematography, and someone else who decides to specialize on script writing. You want to direct, somebody else want to produce. And then you see that this friendship, these relationships can then grow together in such a way that you keep doing good stuff, you keep doing good stuff, you keep doing good stuff together. So for those young people who want to get into filmmaking, please go for it. Come out and tell fantastic stories that will change the world. It's all in your hands. Shout out to Nollywood Extra. They decided to honor me with this interview. So please engage with Nollywood Extra, retweet, repost, and go out of your way to amplify. Thank you.